The child support system in America. Everybody knows the term, but very few people actually know how it works. Most of us are raised to believe the system is fair, balanced, and centered around one phrase judges and lawyers love to repeat: it's in the child's best interest. But if you peel back the curtain just a little, you start to realize that the child support system is not about fairness. It's not about accountability. And it's definitely not just about the child. Today, we're taking a look through the red pill lens at the child support trap. We've all heard the story. Deadbeat parents need to be held accountable. And let's be honest, they're talking about deadbeat dads. There's a massive gender bias built directly into the system. And when you see the numbers, the picture becomes crystal clear. According to an AI data summary, 85% of people ordered to pay child support are men. The average child support paid by men is over $5,400 a year compared to $3,500 for women. And because mothers are the custodial parent in roughly 80% of single parent households, they receive the payments most of the time. So here's the real question: are 85% of men truly deadbeat fathers? Or has the government found a bountiful financial resource, a cash cow that never stops producing? Here's something most Americans don't know. Under Title 4D of the Social Security Act, the federal government pays states to enforce child support. Let me say that again. The federal government pays matching funds to states for every dollar spent on child support enforcement. For every $3 a state spends, the federal government reimburses $2. That's a 66% match. The money goes towards locating parents, establishing paternity, enforcing support orders, managing the entire system. And here's the kicker: before the state gives child support money to families, they keep a portion of it to repay welfare and foster care costs. This means the state has a direct financial incentive to create more child support orders and to keep those payments flowing as long as possible. Now let's talk about one of the biggest red flags. If you're ordered to pay child support, you cannot ask how the money is being spent. Courts don't require the custodial parent to provide receipts, breakdowns, or any proof whatsoever. The assumption is the money is being used for the child. Unless the child is clearly neglected and you can prove it, you are not allowed to question anything. And even if the child is neglected, the burden falls on you to take legal action and spend thousands on attorneys just to challenge it. So let's recap what we know so far. Child support is paid mostly by men. States get a 66% rebate from the federal government, and men aren't allowed to ask where the money goes. Okay, got it. Let me be clear. I'm not anti family. I'm not anti father. I'm not anti mother. What I am is realistic. If you plan to marry, make sure your prenuptial agreement prepares for the possibility of divorce, defines co parenting responsibilities, explains how expenses will be split, protects you from financial ambiguity. because once the court steps in, all fairness disappears. The system isn't built to protect families. It's built to extract money. And it does so with machine like efficiency. Most men assume if the child isn't mine, I can't be put on child support. That is not always true. In general, stepfathers and boyfriends are not automatically responsible for child support after a breakup, but there are several exceptions. If you legally adopted a child, if you acted as a parent for years and the court applies equitable estoppel, basically saying you acted like the father, so now you must pay like one. If you live together and provided significant support, if the biological parents' rights were terminated. And who decides whether these exceptions apply? Judges. The same judges operating within a system that financially rewards child support orders. Let that sink in. Now let's talk about some things most people never learn until it's too late. Number one, payments are based on gross income, not net. It doesn't matter what you take home. It matters what you technically earn. Taxes, bills, rent, inflation, none of that matters. Number two, the state can garnish up to 60% of your paycheck. Yes, 60. Try living on 40% of your income. Now add rent, gas, food, insurance, and childcare for any other children you might have. Number three, private contractors are involved. States hire third-party companies for locating parents, managing payments, tracking financial data. Every step of the process generates revenue. You can be jailed for non-payment. Imagine that. You can't pay child support because you're broke. The system punishes you by putting you in jail, where you definitely can't earn money. And of course, number five, lawyers make a fortune. Family law is a multi-billion-dollar industry. In 2024, U.S. family lawyers generated an estimated $13.2 billion. The broader divorce industry is valued at $50 billion annually. Attorneys charge anywhere from $150 to over $1,000 per hour. Top solo practitioners earn over $1 million a year. When that much money is involved, do you really think the system wants to become fair? There you have it. A glimpse behind the curtain of family law in America. I'm not an expert. I'm a man caught in the trap right now. And I don't want to see anyone else blindsided the way I was. Please do your own research. Learn the rules before you play the game. Understand how the system actually works, not how they tell you it works. Because once you're inside this machine, it's nearly impossible to get out. This has been a look through the red pill lens. If you found value in this video, please like, share, comment, and subscribe. And don't forget to hit that notification bell so you never miss an upload. Take care of yourselves. Stay informed. Stay sharp. Peace.